Hello, people. Welcome back to the SaGa Frontier 2 adventures. So, as you can see, there's been a bit of a time jump here. So, I did some grinding, but not just grinding. Um, Really, my initial intention was to just make sure I had my party configured correctly. And because one thing that I noticed, right, was that hold on, I just woke up and there's a lot to remember about this game. But one thing that I noticed was that there were times when I would equip the like characters with skill arts and they weren't able to use them, right? And that's when I started to realize that you can only use skill arts when you have an item equipped that has that corresponding element. So you can't use fire spells unless you have at least one item equipped that has the fire element attached to it. Same with water, tone, etc. Right? It basically works like the weapon arts. You can't use axe skills unless you have axe. You can't use sword skills unless you have a sword. So the elements work the same way. And so now that I figured that out, I just want to make sure that every character was equipped correctly so that they could use the best skill arts that, well, at least the best skill arts for them. Because, everybody has different stats and whatnot. Um, so that was my initial purpose. And part of getting everything right was just going into battle and making sure that the characters were operating the way I needed them to in terms of the skill arts that they had and whatnot. And so while I was getting that ready, I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get some grinding in. So I've been basically I was just fighting enemies during the first portion of the map of the next dungeon that we already took a peek at. But other than that, like I spent about an hour and 30 minutes grinding and just making sure that the characters were set up correctly. But that's it. We're still exactly where I left off last time. We're just a bit strong. We're just a bit stronger. But it was very much worth it. And I just didn't think it was something that you guys wanted to see. Basically me grinding and trying to get everybody right. But and see, I really needed that time because I think that the whole time I've been playing this game, I've been so focused on making story progress that I haven't really just sat down and just studied the game mechanics like I needed to. Like one thing that I just realized during this time, right, was that nobody that I've had up to this point knew any B skills. You see over to the right, you see water, tone, and under that, you see like a little wolf icon, right? That's the B skills. So I was looking, I was like, why doesn't anybody know any B skills, right? And so I looked at my inventory and I found the beast amulet. And so once I equipped it, I got access to like the most base level B skill. I forgot what it was, but it was a stat boost skill. And so I used that a few times, and then we learned the next one, which was Mindscape. And that's when I realized, oh, the B skills are stat boosting skills. And so I've been going this whole game without learning stat boosting skills. Right? And so that's why taking that hour and 30 minutes out to just really go through my inventory and status and check everybody and do a bit of grinding. That's why I really needed that, because when you just focus so much on the story and just making progress, you don't really take time to really examine what you got going on in your own party. Excuse me. That was a mouthful. But I also realized something else. I learned a lot. Battle style, right? We do have a new party member. He did join the party. I didn't realize that you couldn't see your new party members. Like I thought you could just do this and you would see them, but you have to go to the member change to actually see your new party members. But other than that, that's about it. I just did about an hour of about an hour and 30 minutes of grinding, and we learned like a few moves. I think Tyler learns like another martial arts move. Somebody learned something. I think somebody learned. I forgot who it was. But somebody learned something. We'll see though. We'll see. I think somebody learned something good though. Cause you know, even if you're just trying to grind, during that process, somebody might spark a new skill, and I think we sparked about 2 or 3 during that process. Oh shit. But yeah, I basically stayed on this portion of the map, grinded, and just went back. So we're right where I left off. We're just stronger. But I felt that was very necessary. See, how should I approach this now? Because I was fighting kind of differently. I was fighting kind of differently earlier. Because the thing is, when you grind, you got to be careful. Because every time you use a weapon that doesn't have infinite durability, the durability goes down. And we don't have access to a blacksmith that can fix it. That's why I had Tyler using martial arts instead of his axe skills. But I did realize that Tyler actually can use Flash Trinity, which was the last move that Cordelia sparked before she died. So it's kind of poetic in a way. I don't know why, for the longest time I didn't realize he had access to that move. Let me see, LaBelle. So LaBelle has Mindscape now, which raises the entire party's reflex or speed. I played around with it while I was grinding, and I really honestly didn't like it very much. Because I didn't really see a difference, but I'll go ahead and use it. Because I think it'll be worth just investing into the B skill, period. Because the only way we're going to learn them, this wheel just got knocked out. All that grinding for that, huh? Teach a boy how to squabble. At least he got his move off first, though. Okay, not a big deal. Then I'll use, let's see, Life Water on wheel. I use Double Thrust? I'm supposed to use them goddamn Double Thrust. I'm supposed to be out here, let me see, Stone Armor. Let's try his Firestorm, see how good it is. It's probably not very good. Let's try it out anyway. Oh boy, yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Tyler. Oh yeah, so his fire isn't great. I'm sorry, I had water in my mouth. God, I just brushed my teeth and I had a terrible toothbrush taste in my mouth. I mean, a toothpaste taste in my mouth. Iceland, skewer, aiming. Okay. This guy is smoked. So another thing that I was realizing while I was grinding is really the importance of utilizing different types of skill arts. So it's like with Tyler, oftentimes all he uses is axe skills. But the problem with that is that you end up burning through your axes. You end up burning through your weapon a lot faster like that when you're not mixing it up. Oh shit. Yeah, we've already grinded there, so I ain't even worried about that too much. But yeah, you'll go through your weapon very fast if you keep using the same weapon over and over again. So with Tyler, the good thing about, oh my god, the good thing about developing, I never fought 3 of these guys, so this is gonna be a bit of a challenge. But the good thing about developing his martial arts skills, it gives him like the martial arts skill is great because it's not as strong as the other skills or like most weapon skills, but it's a way to do melee damage without having to actually use a weapon. And every time you use a weapon that doesn't have infinite durability, his durability goes down. So you see his rock axe next to it has 58 on it, so he can only use it 58 times before it breaks unless we take it to a blacksmith. And you know how this game is, you don't always have access to a shop, or you don't have access to a shop that you really need at that time. So, but this is gonna be tricky. I am gonna try to experiment with Mindscape though. She might die first. Yup. Damn, sorry. I'm sorry, baby. We'll bring you back. We'll bring you back, girl. Oh, he might be dead. Flash Trinity is strong. Oh, yeah, he gone. That's it. That's it. That's one down, baby. Okay. Who got hurt? Somebody got hurt bad. It was Tyler, right? But honestly, after that 1 hour and change of grinding, I feel like I understand the game a lot more. I feel a lot more like just in tune with my party and everything. Let's see, Flash Trinity. Should we use it again? Oh yeah, but God, that's the bad thing about it. Like, because we gotta make sure we got enough energy for the boss. And when the good thing is, you know, you get these moves, you get better moves over time. But the bad thing is it burns through your weapon points faster, which I think refill between battles. You know what though? I think what I'm gonna have to do is like, I think what I'm gonna have to do is like, I don't know exactly how it works, like how weapon points and spirit points refill between battles. I gotta figure that out. But fighting these guys is problematic for real because one, look at how they got me using my life points. But I ain't really too worried about it, to be honest. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Yeah, so spirit, I think your spirit points and weapon points refill between turns actually. So what I could do is I could actually fight weaker enemies. Yeah, I think that might be the strategy because they have like a combination, like you can kind of see who the strong enemies and who the weak enemies are if you pay attention. And I think if I go to a weak enemy, I can use weak attacks, and then my weapon points would kind of refill. My weapon points would kind of refill during that battle if I just focus on using weaker attacks. I think that's just something I'm gonna have to do because you gotta conserve those. Firestorm, mega hit. Oh, he's gone. Damn. So another thing that I realized, you know, you can set the player role. And I noticed that, oh man, you can set the player role. And I noticed that if you set Will to Ace and have him go first, then your chances of having a combination attack occur seems to be a bit higher. Ooh. And that did LP damage too. The only thing you can't really replenish out here in a dungeon is your LP though. That's what really breaks you down. You gotta keep your LP up. So you see right there, this is like a weaker enemy. So I can fight these guys using weaker attacks, and they're not gonna really be able to do enough damage to like force. Look at them. They can't like force us into a corner or anything. So like I could use that might be too strong. I could use. Let's see what. Oh, my silver staff is actually not very durable. I gotta watch that because I think one of my important elements is tied to that. Yeah, it's someone you gotta pay attention to. I think I said this before, but I don't think I always really appreciated this battle system. I thought it was convoluted, but it's complex. It's complex, but that's not a bad thing. But it's a complex battle system. But I think it's a good battle system all the same. It doesn't seem to be as broken and exploitable as something like Final Fantasy. Yeah, I'm throwing shade. I mean Final Fantasy VIII in particular. Final Fantasy doesn't always have like a broken battle system, but Final Fantasy VIII in particular definitely does. I feel like I might need to change that weapon though for Will, cause oh shit. Because if he's gonna have a backup weapon, it's gotta be something he can actually use. I think picking the bow for him was a mistake. now that I think about it, I think picking the bow was a mistake. I don't really like him as a bow user anyway. I really don't. Yeah, so it might be kind of important to do some of these easier battles. Just to give my guys a chance to build some WP. Oh, bow level went up. I'm talking shit. But it's going up. LaBelle's beast level went up. Oh god, this was a good. Man, that was good. I don't know exactly how the stats work in this game though, as far as what determines when and how often they level up though. Cause I've just seen some inconsistencies that don't really add up to me. Like they just seem like, it seems like sometimes they level up pretty quickly, regardless of who you're fighting or what you're fighting, and sometimes they don't level up. And it's not like I'm not using them. Like I know what I'm using and how often I use it. So that's a flame tool. So it's like right now, if I were to get rid of the bow, I would lose access to my fire spells and the spells that are like fire mix. Cause some spells are like fire water, fire tone, water tree. So if I was to replace it, I would need to replace it with something that has fire attached to it. Like this wood sword has tree attached to it. Fang dagger. Ooh. Okay. So the axe, this flint axe has fire attached to it. But it's kind of unfortunate because I don't have. Oh, the lights. I got the spear, but. I'm just thinking that maybe I want to not. Like, Will needs a backup. He needs a backup weapon. He needs a backup weapon for sure. And I'm not particularly digging the hunter bow as that backup weapon. So I'm thinking I might give him a spear for the time being. But his bow is already kind of up. I don't know. Maybe I'll stick with it. But there are some good spear skills too. And he's primarily a magic guy. I don't know. It's hard. I'm gonna stick with it for now, cause it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's just that the damage on it, the damage on the bow leaves a bit to be desired. Let me check out his arts. Heartbeat. Yeah, I could switch out heartbeat for one of the better bow skills, like Sidewinder, for example. I think Sidewinder would be a good one. Yeah, cause that's pretty powerful. As long as he got a bow skill that can do some significant damage, and that's the main thing. Yeah. And then that way he doesn't have to rely so much on his magic. But that staff is about to break, so. But that's the good thing about having somebody that can do martial arts. They always have that backup weapon. You stunned the wrong guy. Somersault. Fucking guy over here. Oh! He sparked a new move. A new lance move. Or spear move, I mean. I'm just having, really, you can tell Will is the, you know, the party leader, but he's I've leaned him primarily towards magic. Tyler is the tank. And I would say Patrick is sort of the backup tank. The backup warrior, if you will. And LaBelle has become somewhat of a support character. And I think that's allowing her to learn B skills is gonna really play into that. Cause I've noticed that her damage is really just mediocre. His spirit skill leveled up again. But her damage is kind of mediocre. So I said, if that's the case, then I might as well just lean more towards trying to make her a support character rather than trying to force the damage out of her, you know. And there's nothing wrong with being support. That's a good role to play. But she needs to learn more B skills if we're going to, you know, if she's going to be a good support character. Because I don't think the, what is it? Mindscape doesn't really seem all that good to me. But I don't know, maybe I don't, you know, maybe I'm not understanding it. There's a lake with an island in the middle up ahead. The megalith is frozen inside there. You can only cross to the island at certain times. We'll have to wait here. I used this tent here while I was observing the island. We're going to wait here? Don't worry, it won't be long. Let's go. I wonder if we healed up there. I kind of feel like exploring though, to be honest, making sure that I found everything here. You know, I've missed out on a lot of items, I think, because some of the best items you find just exploring, right? And I wager I probably missed out on quite a few of them, but I had to, because, you know, a lot of the dungeons, just the way they were constructed, it's like you're constantly pursued by enemies, and I was just trying to get through. I didn't feel like getting jammed up in so many battles, right? But this dungeon, like, this is how a dungeon should be. Like there's space to maneuver around the enemies. There's space to maneuver around the enemies and shit like that. Like, you're not just stuck in a constant fucking enemy loop, you know? That's the good thing about it. You're not just stuck. You can actually explore and take your time and like look around a little bit. Like that's all I'm saying, bro. Like and I still stand on that. My biggest gripe with this game is just the enemy density and how the way the dungeons are constructed. Cause it puts you in these situations where you don't really have an opportunity to take your time and soak up the vibe of the dungeon environments or really even explore them, because the enemies, there's so many enemies. And when I say so many enemies, it's really more so to do with the fact that the enemies respawn every time you leave and come back to any particular area. Like that's the problem for me with this game. That's my biggest issue with this game. You know, I don't mind that there being enemies, or obviously I don't mind there being enemies. Like put as many as you want on the screen, whatever. But I think at the very least, when you wipe out one of the enemy units from the map, it should at least take a while for that enemy unit to respawn. I'm not saying it should never respawn, but it should take a while. That way the player gets a chance. You know, that way the player at least gets a chance to explore the area and, you know, click on everything and make sure, just double check things. And I just think the way the game is constructed, as far as the dungeons, it doesn't really allow for that. It forces you to really have to deal with a lot of battles, a lot of unnecessary battles, really. These guys can't really do any significant damage, so we can use some weaker attacks here. Yeah, I'm really investing in LaBelle being a support character, as you can see. Her damage ain't that great anyway, so it's like she might as well. Wait a minute though, what? Okay, I was just making sure. Another thing you got to remember that's important in this game is that once you learn a skill, anybody else can use it. That's very important. Cause I remember when I got LaBelle, I thought I needed her to learn all those bow skills and shit, and I was like, oh wait a minute, we already learned those. But I think that's one of the more convenient features of the game, is that you don't have to learn skills twice and 3 times over. Once one character learns it, everybody can use it. They just have to have the right item on them with the corresponding element. So I learned something interesting too. This is very interesting. You guys are gonna hate me for this. But remember when Cordelia died back in the City of Night, right? So here's how that part works. I did a little bit of digging because I was so fascinated by that. And the big question for me, hold up. The big question for me was, is it that whoever you pick to go with you to the City of Night to join Alexi's gang, will fake join their gang, will they die? Because the thing is, I always remember that I typically picked Tyler or Narcisse when I was a kid. And I don't remember them dying. So, and I didn't want to go back and see, you know, cause we already gone past that part, right? So I was like, let me just look it up. It turns out that Cordelia is the only one that will die if you take her with you. So you don't want to pick Cordelia because she'll die. Tyler and Narcisse, they'll survive. But Cordelia will die if you pick her to go with you. So that's kind of interesting. So right now, Cordelia would still be with us if I never picked her. So it's kind of sad when you think about it because, and that's part of the reason why my party felt kind of thin. Because really right now, I'm supposed to have Cordelia. Cordelia's supposed to be here with me. And I saw a bit of a spoiler too. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I don't know if it's a big enough deal. Wait a minute, this is kind of interesting. What the hell? But I'll go ahead and say it since it's coming up pretty soon, apparently. But so if you paid attention, it was kind of hinted that Cordelia liked Will. So Cordelia was going to become Will's wife eventually. But of course, now that she's dead, she can't become his wife. So if you end up getting Cordelia killed by having her go with you to the City of Night, LaBelle ends up becoming Will's wife. You know, I know a bit of a spoiler, but I think all of that is about to happen soon. I think somehow they're gonna fall for each other eventually. But yeah, if Cordelia, if you don't pick Cordelia, then she lives and becomes Will's wife. If you pick her and she dies, then LaBelle is going to be the woman that Will ends up marrying. So kind of interesting. And I think they're going to end up getting married soon. I think it's coming very close. Because Will is getting older. He's like 27 now, so he's at that point where he's probably about to look for a wife anyway. But that's very fascinating to me that the game is set up. The story is set up that way. You don't see that very often. You don't see that. You don't see that kind of stuff very often, especially in an older RPG like this. I found that to be very, very fascinating. Firestorm. Man, I feel like you might as well use firestorms. You don't use bushfire. Let's see, water hammer. What should you use here? These frogs aren't very strong though. Yeah, they're not very strong. Unless they're leveled up frogs. Let's see what they can do. Nah, they're right. You know, one thing I will say that I like about this game, a frog is a frog. A frog is a frog in this game. And there's no apparent level scaling, so. And it's not like this game has traditional levels anyway. Like there is no level 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. As far as your character as a whole, you know. Each stat levels up individually. Instead of leveling up and then several stats going up alongside that. This is a pretty easy place though. Tone staff. It's a pretty easy place. Glacier Hopper. Yeah, that's kind of weird because these guys don't seem particularly tough. So they gave these frogs a new name. So I learned something else. So you see sometimes that you see these obvious buff moves. Now quick is clear what quick does. That's you know, that's for speed. But you also see morale. I'm gonna use flame arrow because that way he can level up his flame skill. That's a good idea. But you'll notice that you'll see a stat boost of morale and psyche. So apparently morale raises your melee attack skill power. So when you see morale up, that's basically an attack boost for your melee attacks. And Psyche up means that they're getting an attack boost to their magic. So now some of those earlier, I don't feel like fighting all these guys. I'm about to wipe these motherfuckers. They gonna put 4 out here in my face like that. They about to get wiped. Full power. Boosh, zoosh, doosh, zoosh. Oh, damn. Okay. You were a worthy opponent, Glacier Frog. I'm willing to bet there's a special item around here somewhere, so I'm gonna save quite a bit just to make sure I don't get ahead of myself. But see, and this is what I'm saying though. Like, even now, I'm worried about trying to do something so simple. I really am, because oh, so Flame Arrow actually takes up. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I gotta let his magic refill then. But even now, I'm kind of intimidated by the thought of trying to even, you know, take my time and explore, because it's so many goddamn enemies. So imagine, and then on top of that, it's like, you got to keep up with where you're at, where you're going, where you've been. Like, you see this corridor here, there are like 3 enemies that you have to fight. You can't maneuver your way past these guys. Ooh, I shouldn't have went for that one now that I think about it. Wait, it might hit all 3. It did. Her bushfire is at doo-doo though. Again, her damage just is not great. Her damage ain't great. She's no wheel, that's for sure. Oh, Sonic Poison. That's a decent move. See, that's what I'm saying. I think I use these. I use the speed stat boost, but they're still going faster than us. But I think it also raises your evasion rate and your hit rate as well. So you're more likely to hit them, and they're less likely to hit you. So there are multiple advantages. But look at this. So if I try to go back through here, that means that I'm gonna have to fight those 2 frogs again. And so that's what makes it so tedious to try to explore these places, because you can't really take your fucking time. You can't. And I just think that's to me, that's clear-cut bad game design. It's a glacier shield inventory full, so your inventory can get full. I've noticed that I've got quite a few. I got quite a few items I just need to get rid of. Another bad thing about this game is just not always having access. Oh, you know what? I need to actually make sure that I have space, like a decent amount of space. Because you might finish a battle and get an item, and then they're not going to be able to keep it. I got a lot of stuff I'm not using. But I'm waiting. Fucking waiting. Look at all these stone now. Like, I gotta get rid of some of these, bro. Okay. I got a bunch of stone knives I'm not using. Okay. What else can I afford to get rid of? Rid of a hat. Another hat. Okay. Okay. But yeah, that's another bad thing about this game, is just not always having access to the shops that you need. I mean, not to be too critical. I'm just trying to be objective. You know, I really like this game, but it's not. It has its flaws. This game definitely has its flaws, and I think the two biggest flaws that stand out thus far to me. Well, I'll say three. I'll say three. I think, you know, the three biggest flaws of this game. One is that it does do a good job of explaining the battle mechanics. Now, again, I kind of gotta. I guess the caveat there is that it's probably explained in the manual. And this was a time when having a manual actually meant something. Now games don't really have manuals very often. It'll be like one sheet of paper. The manual will be like one. It'll be like one damn sheet. And it'll be like some type of like QR code or something, like a fucking promotional deal. But still, I think with this game, a game like this, you need to explain. You gotta explain this goddamn. Like it took me like 10 hours of playing to really understand. I feel like now I really get it. I kind of got it earlier, but that last grinding session really helped, you know. Oh boy. God damn, it's really tough. Like trying to balance wanting to get your skills up, but not wanting to burn through your weapons and shit. That's why I think I'm still gonna have to get Will a better weapon at some point. Ooh, that poison actually worked. Cool. But it is what it is. We gotta. I'll just keep using Sidewinder for now. Oh shit! Maybe I've been using Tyler's martial arts too much. Now that I think about it. And see that's the thing about it. You gotta make sure that you do use your weapons sometimes, because you gotta get those level ups. But you know the thing is, you gotta be committed to the weapons, the weapon that you're gonna use for a particular character. I think there is a certain degree of commitment that you have to show, because it takes a while to get stuff leveled up. It really does. If you use Sonic Poison and but Patrick is lucky because he has one of the best weapons in our inventory, which is the Ice Lance. Any weapon with infinite durability is it's great. Cause you don't have to worry about it, you know. Oh yeah, but what? I kind of got off subject there, but the three bad things about the game that stand out to me is that the game doesn't do a good job of explaining its mechanics to the player, and I think that's very important. Ooh shit! Oh lord, that's very important in a game like this, though. Oh, new move, head splitter. So one thing I'm noticing about the staff is that the damage is not as good, but it has status effects attached to them. So when I hit him with the head splitter, when I hit him with a head splitter, it lowered his psyche, which means it lowered his magic. So pretty cool. I got a new item too. What was that? Let's see here. Item. Pit spider. It's a water bow. Okay, that's cool. What do I get from the silver staff though? Tone. Okay. How many tone arts does he have though? I don't think he has any. So really, I don't need to. Okay. Huh. All right, so I could give him another. I could give him a different. I could give him a different staff. Let's see. That's flame, of course. All right, what's the damage on this thing? 23. That's good. 16, 16, 13, 4, 3, sapling staff. I'm gonna drop that sapling staff, by the way. And I'm going to use the snake staff up. Yeah. And see, another thing that I just realized recently is that we have limited inventory space. So obviously important to make sure that you're not hoarding a bunch of items. Like I said last time, that can be kind of difficult. But yeah, the three bad things about the game, it doesn't do a good job of teaching the player the mechanics in game, and not always having access to the shops that you need. That is also not good. I mean, they try by letting you go back to the cities sometimes, but even then you don't always have access to them either. And the dungeons. The dungeons are another problem. In particular, just how often, which is all the time, that the enemies respawn. I think if the enemies didn't respawn as often as they do, it wouldn't be as bad. Like I said, I think that if you destroy the enemy unit, I think that it should not respawn for a set amount of time. So even if you go back to that screen, it won't be back for a while, at least a little while, you know. Yo, that poison is pretty cool though. But you know, that being said, those are like my three biggest gripes with the game. That being said, I've never liked this game as much as I do now, if I'm being totally honest. I think that I never really invested the effort and the focus necessary to really understand the game. I've always just kind of played it and was just like, you know, I was just enjoying the aspects of it that I understood, that I obviously liked, you know. Like, I liked the music. I thought the battles were fun. I thought the story was good, but I didn't really focus and hone in on trying to understand the game and its battle mechanics. And I think that was the big mistake that I made. I've never understood the game as much as I do now. And now that I understand it so much more, I have an even greater appreciation for the game than I did. I think before I kind of just appreciated the game mostly for like its surface traits, like more as like its artistic value. Again, the music, the art style. as well as the story and things like that. And again, the battles were fun. I did like the battle system, at least what I understood of it. But there was so much that I didn't understand that I wasn't able to really fully appreciate it and understand what I was doing. Like, I did not understand. Like, when I think back to when I played this game, I had no understanding of what the fuck I was doing. It's kind of interesting looking back, though. I had such little understanding of what I was actually doing. Ooh, that move is good, yo. Damn. So I think with LaBelle, I'm gonna focus on getting her tone magic and beast magic up. Beast magic is, of course, primarily stat boosting magic. And if you know anything about RPGs, you know stat boosting magic can be very important. I don't know how important it is in this game, though. I kind of get the feeling that I did myself a disservice earlier by not really investing in it. But we'll see. But the game is just interesting in that, you know, when you begin to understand one aspect of it, you can kind of start putting pieces together. But there were also certain things I had to look up to, like psyche and morale and whatnot. Some of the combos for the solo duels. Real Knight staff levels going up. LaBelle's tone level is going up. But now, man, I have such a great appreciation for this. Like, so much more appreciation for this game than I did before. Did I just go back? See, that's what I'm saying. But again, now it's like that same old problem. It's that same, the battles can be so lengthy that by the time you go back to the map, you're like, wait a minute, what was I doing? Where was? That's how I always feel. Like, where was? Because you gotta focus. This game really, it takes focus. Even fighting weaker enemies, because you gotta pay attention to like what weapons you're using and shit like that. You like, this ain't a game where you can just learn new moves and just spam the best moves, because if you have a weapon with limited durability, you'll eat right through it. And then you have to also watch your weapon points and your spirit points, because if that gets too low, what happens when you face the inevitable boss? Then you got to go through your LP just to use your fucking moves, and you really gonna die then. So that's what I'm saying. It's like when you come out of a fight and you're like, wait a minute, which way was I going? Where was I? Like, I really don't remember. Like, what was I just doing? I think I was going up though, right? I don't remember. Like, that's what I don't like. Again, the dungeons, man. Cause I literally just did not remember which way I was going. And I know I've already been this way before. But you see how like, I swear, dude, like, I'm trying to pay attention. I'm really trying to pay attention to what the fuck, where I'm going and shit. But it's hard. It's hard, man. It's just cause it's you again, it's so many battles. And the battles last minutes. You talking 2 minutes minimum for most of these battles, man. So by the time you come out, it's like, wait, where was I even going? Where did I come from? Like, you'll know where you were going at first, but then when you on that second enemy unit or that third enemy unit, you're not gonna remember. Like, for me, that's a legitimate beef that I have with the game, though. I think that's, to me, I find that to be a legitimate issue. And Tyler is running through his goddamn weapon points. He might have to start using some magic, actually. I'm about to put him on water hammer duty. And LaBelle might need to switch over to her hunter bow. Patrick is good, though. I think Patrick. The reason why Patrick's weapon points tend to not go down very low is because the spear has strong moves that don't take up a lot of weapon points. Like Rush only uses three weapon points. Okay. So you go in here, that's 2 battles automatically. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest. If you could save and load easily in this game, I would take advantage of that. Like I would clear this room, save, and then figure out which way I had to go. And if I go the wrong way, I'll just load it back up. I'll load that shit right back up. It's that serious. You know, but I guess, you know, you go back to these older games, you can't expect perfection. It's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something. You know, but one thing I will say, now. One reason why I have so much respect for Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII is Final Fantasy VII is like, to me, the closest you could get to like a perfect JRPG. I think like if I were to compare the two games, SaGa Frontier 2 and Final Fantasy VII, I know it's a weird games to compare, but just bear with me. If I were to compare those games, I would say SaGa Frontier has the better battle system. It just is. It's and I guess when I say better, it's more complex and engaging than Final Fantasy VII. I think with Final Fantasy VII, it gets to that point where you just spam the strongest moves and there's no consequence for it. And I think the battle system in this game just requires a fair bit more thought. The snake staff is broken. So I would say this game has a better battle system. And to be honest, I think it has a better story as well. That's why I would give SaGa Frontier 2 over Final Fantasy VII. But I think Final Fantasy VII just has the better... Final Fantasy VII is better in terms of providing the player with a world to explore. In that it's a 3D... Is it, Final Fantasy VII really considered like 3D environment? But it's an entire world. I'll put it like that. It's an entire world available for the player to explore. At your lead, especially once you get into the game, once you get further and further into the game, and you get access to like the chocobos, and you can travel across the world basically. It's a whole world for you to explore at your leisure, and nothing is cut off from you. Like as you progress through the game, you get more and more access to the world. Every store, every city, every town, you have consistent access to. And you know, in this game you have towns and cities, but they're relatively small. You know, it's like 1 or 2 screens and maybe 2 or 3, perhaps 4 buildings you can actually go into, you know. So I think in that regard, Final Fantasy VII smokes this game up and down. in terms of giving the player a world to explore at your leisure and having constant access to every aspect of that world. This game doesn't really provide the player with that. But my point is, comparing the two games, I think that Final Fantasy VII doesn't have glaring weaknesses. It really doesn't. I think what makes Final Fantasy VII so great is really how balanced it is. It's an incredibly balanced game, if you ask me. In terms of like how everything comes together. Like nothing is really particularly bad. The story is... I'm not a big fan of Final Fantasy VII's story. But I think it's a solid story and it's easy to follow. I think like when I think of, like, just for example, Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX. I think Final Fantasy VIII story is starts off good, but becomes too... It's too all over the place, to put it simply. It's way too out there. Like when it starts off, it's rather simple and easy to follow, and then it just goes off the... In my opinion, I think the story goes off the rails and it goes places that aren't really fascinating to me. It's just like, okay, this... I'm just not interested in what's going on anymore. I just don't care anymore. And Final Fantasy IX doesn't have the same issue. I think Final Fantasy IX just like, to me, just has a boring... So, just being honest, I think Final Fantasy IX story is pretty boring. But Final Fantasy VII has like a good, balanced, solid story that it's easy to follow, and it's simple enough. It's simple enough that you can always stay on board with what's going on. Like you understand what's happening at every beat of the story. Like there's no need for fan theory. Like look at Final Fantasy VIII. Like there's all this fan theory about this and that and shit like that. That's not really necessary with Final Fantasy VII. Like I'm sure there is fan theory and shit, but generally speaking, with Final Fantasy VII is like it is what it is, you know. But still, Final Fantasy VII overall is such a just everything is just done well, and it doesn't have any glaring weaknesses. I think this game does some things extremely well, but it does have certain weaknesses. Now, really, you know, I complain about the dungeons. But that's a fair criticism too. But we got another ice staff as well. Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, these are much better. I might as well just equip this with the oak staff. I was just trying to get some use out of it. I think this is a new area too. But I talk shit about the dungeons in this game, man. It's well deserved. It's well deserved. But I think really the bigger criticism with this game, to me, the bigger criticism is okay, so I gotta start using magic again. That's fine. That is fine by me. Let me just make sure I get the right one I want. or rather, I think probably the biggest weakness with this game is the fact that, ooh, for me, it's probably going to be the fact that you don't have access to the world as a whole, you know. Oh shit! That shit finally worked. I petrified him. Now I'm not looking forward to when the enemies start doing that to us, though. You know it's coming. There we go. You know, you start doing it, the enemy will start doing it eventually. Don't get too excited. But yeah, it's like just how closed off you are from so many parts of the world in this game. You know, the game gives you access and then it takes away access just as quickly. And so I think the unfortunate thing about that is just it creates this feeling of just being limited in terms of the scope of the world, because you can't just go anywhere you want to. And then on top of that, the way you have to specifically select places that you want to go. Instead of just like traveling there like you can in Final Fantasy VII. But you know, now that I think about it, I think these games have always sort of been like that. When you look at like Unlimited SaGa too, it's like it's kind of the same way. Man, I need my weapon points to go up too. Shit. Man, I feel like I never noticed how quickly we can go through these goddamn weapon points. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that mechanic though. The weapon points. So weapon points sort of act like spirit points or the magic points. In that you gotta have them to use weapon attacks. Like, you know, you can't use magic without magic points, but you can't use weapons without weapon points either. And so you already have to deal with the durability of your weapons, but you also have to deal with the weapon points. There are 2 items over here too. Oh man, I hope I can figure out how to get over there. Is this a dead end? Okay, no. And my weapon points aren't going back up. That's not good. I wonder though, if we defend in battle, will it start going up? Like maybe I can just defend, and my points will start going back up. I guess it's worth a shot. Green glass, what is that? Tree flame tool. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. The reason why that's cool is because, like I said, you got to have the corresponding element to use it. But you only got a limited amount of equip space. So if you have a tree flame tool, you can get the tree and flame element for one accessory instead of having to equip both. Valuable item. So I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try to I'm trying to figure out what makes our spirit points and weapon points go up. So I'm thinking maybe it's the number of turns we are in the battle. So I'm going to defend with everybody except Patrick, because I want him to take out one of these guys. I don't want them to be able to fuck us up. I know it's just 2 frogs, but the less damage they can do, the better. Yeah, pull out the good shit. Okay. So his weapon points is 4 right now. Tyler's is 20. And LaBelle's is 51. Alright, let's see. Alright, 5, 22, 54, 43. 6, 24, 57, 47. Ah, so it's based on the turns. Well, I mean, this is an interesting development that we can raise our weapon points and spirit points just by defending in battle. But I think it's based on the turns. You don't have to defend. I'm just defending so we don't get hurt. But it seems like your weapon points and spirit points go up. They replenish as you go through turns and battles. And the reason why our points haven't been replenishing is because we haven't been having many turns. We've been killing the enemies in one turn, so our points aren't replenishing. Now, I'm a little worried about Will because his weapon points we feel very slow, but I think his spirit points we feel faster. So maybe it depends on the type of character they are. Because Tyler's weapon points already went up to 40. It's doubled already. But let's just do this for a while. I mean, I hate it's kind of annoying, but again, you don't want to run into a boss and you don't have essentially what is ammunition for your weapons. But I'm not really a fan of that. I gotta be honest. I'm not a fan of how the weapon point system works. I mean, you can have weapon points, but I think that weapon points should probably naturally replenish quicker than spirit points. You know, because magic has always been the clearly more valuable resource. And if you wanted, in any game, typically, if you wanted, the weapons to be tied to a resource or have like a limiting factor attached to it, it will be the durability, which is already present in this game. So why have the weapon points? I just think it's a bit too much, if you ask me. But if it's this easy to get it back up, then you know, whatever. You know, you find an easy enemy and just do this, and the turns go by so quick. All right, so we'll just stop there. We'll stop there. Okay, so now Will can start using melee again, but we'll wait on that. I think I need to give Will another magic attack that doesn't eat up so much spirit points though. I think that's something I need to do. Stone axe. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's partially my fault. Wow, so Patrick's magic, or his spirit points haven't been going up though. So I'm not exactly sure how it works. Maybe characters have, maybe they just lean in one direction over the other. And that determines what goes up and what doesn't. I feel like I was in that battle too long, and I'm not gonna remember what I was doing, where I was going. Blue water. Okay. Oh shit. Oh god, I don't know what I'm doing. Fuck, I was so busy trying to avoid the enemies. But I'm just trying to keep my sense of direction. Because I saw 2 items nearby. And I want to make sure I can get them. Well, we're bringing the head splitter back. Oh, they got a combo. Oh wait, we combo together. Yeah, I heard that can happen. The enemy and the player comboing together for some stupid reason. So I'm gonna save in this room and then continue. Wow, I haven't saved in that long. Shit. Oh, damn. Okay. You know, sometimes you just want to wipe the enemies out. Sometimes you just gotta wipe. Let's be honest. You just gotta wipe these motherfuckers. Let's see if we get a clean wipe here. Nah, these guys are a bit tougher. I forgot. Donk. A bit tougher. Okay. Cool. I see their HP going up. Or at least that's what they're telling me. But if these, I don't know, some of these stat boosts just feel so insignificant. Fuck! I was trying so hard. I'm telling you, man, it's just, you know, when you look at, the thing is, when you look at older JRPGs, one thing you always notice is that there's either going to be, like the way encounters work, you'll either run into enemies on the map, in the environment, and then the battle begins, or it'll be completely random encounters. That's typically how it works. Now, this is one of those games where you have encounters based on running into the enemy in the environment or on the map. But the thing is, the enemies are so fast, and the way the maps are designed, meaning that there's not a lot of space to maneuver around the enemies a lot of times. The game might as well have fucking random encounters. Like, really, you would have less encounters if the game had random encounters. That's the funny thing about it. You would have less encounters if the game had random encounters. I'm telling you. Because they're so quick. The enemies are so fast in this game. And you don't have a lot of space to maneuver around them. You know, every game is different. Like, I think I'm going to get into a battle right now. Yeah. I couldn't avoid that. It was like, that bird was right on my ass. This is a serious battle too. I'm fighting a dragon again. Oh, this is one. Dealing with one isn't too difficult. Dealing with one ain't too difficult. Oh man, I miss using this goddamn tomahawk. I miss my tomahawk. Ooh, he might be dead. Nah. I think they have about 2,000 HP, something like that. Wait, let me recover. Wait, I don't need to. Let me recover. If she dies, she dies. Nah, I'll use I tried using sleep on this particular enemy when I was grinding. Never worked. Didn't work one time. Ooh. Let me tell you, didn't work one goddamn time. And that's why a lot of players avoid. See, look now, look. They don't give you a lot of space to maneuver around them. It's not that it's impossible. Sometimes it is. Let's be real. But they just don't give you enough space to easily maneuver around the enemies, man. And I think that's one of my issues with the game. It's like it's obvious that they're trying to force you into these battles, even when you're trying to avoid them yourself. So it ends up feeling like you don't really have much of a choice. And you know, look, I get it. You're not supposed to be able to avoid every goddamn enemy unit. But I just think the game makes it way too tight. Like, there should be a certain degree of freedom and ability to avoid enemy encounters, is what I'm saying. And the thing is, you can't even use the flee option until you get 2 or 3 turns into a battle. Think about that. You can't even if you get into the battle, normally you could just run away. They don't even let you run away until you get like 3, like into the battle. Look, by the time you can run away, you might as well finish the fight. Because you've already expended resources. Spirit points, weapon durability. And I don't think you level up if you run away. So it get, yeah, I don't think you get any stat boosts if you run away. So it's just like the way the game is, man. It's like, it's so against the player in terms of trying to let you avoid enemy encounters, man. Oh shit, 1,000 crowns. How is my inventory full again? I just made room. What the hell did I pick up? Oh, those blue chips. Okay, and we got chips. I got chips. Let's see, water tool. Ooh, that glacier shield though. Let me see. I'm going to get rid of some items. I'm getting rid of the blue chip. And this the blue water and the blue chip. I think I already got some of these, right? Yeah, we got water, blue chips, and all that. We got potato chips. Yeah, I have to remember to get rid of items occasionally. Get rid of this wood shoe. Let's see, we got 2 hats. What's the weakest armor I have? The caster cloth. Well, the good thing is the armor doesn't have durability, so that's great. Raw beast tool. I've been hanging on to that. I might need to get rid of that. But we don't have a lot of beast tools, so that's partially why I've been hanging on to it. Blue ore. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've been holding on to these too. I wonder what's the difference between like when it's raw or not though. I might still have too many of these little swords and daggers and shit too though. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, that's some room. Dude, I'm telling you. Pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. You guys rolling kind of deep, huh? Okay. Do I want to just wipe? I think I'm gonna wipe. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta wipe them out. You know, it's one of those things. It's not like we don't have the power, but you gotta conserve your power. Silence bow, okay. Look at that. Tone tool. So maybe it'll cast silence every now and then. That might actually be a pretty good weapon. But he needs a flame. He needs a flame tool. And that's a bad thing about it. He needs something with flame on it. But because we are in a water environment, because we're in a water, you know, I'll save it. I ain't even worry about it. I ain't worry about it right now. What about this glacier shield though? Stone shield. Does that give her the stone? Oh, let me see her arts. No, it doesn't. No, okay. So that's not why she has it. So perhaps I could give LaBelle the glacier shield. Okay. Evasion 24. Evasion 16. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's another thing you got to keep in mind too. Okay. What you have equipped has an effect on your weapon points and spirit points. Whew, boy. So what about Tyler? Like, can he get more if I change his equip? Nah, it seems to primarily affect spirit points though. Yep. Well, the good thing is the enemies here are pretty weak, other than the dragons. So, you know, there's that. But I'm getting in the mood to wipe. You know what I'm saying? But I'll avoid that for now. We'll take it easy. I think this is the last enemy on this particular screen anyway. Tomahawk! Well, that was pretty weak. But if it kills, it kills. A kill is always nice. Okay, I think it's time to bring the arrows back. Wow. Okay, so we got that done. Can we go further down? No, okay. A fucking bird came out of nowhere. Okay, I'm going to save. I'm going to save again. I'm a little worried though because there were 2 items I might have missed. Shit. Okay. I definitely don't want to hold back with these guys. Yep, give it everything you got. That's why too. Oh, I think he's dead. Nope, not quite. Oh, now he's done. Okay. Oop, he's gone. Damn. Not quite. Combination attack. Ooh, and did a life point damage. Maybe I'm a little under leveled. Okay. That's obviously the way to go. I think there's another path I can take, and I'm reluctantly going back. I'm reluctantly going back to try to go there, but we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Let's defend. Let's defend and get some. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want the player to defend more often. Might be a thing, you know. Maybe they don't want the player to be constantly just rushing in on offense. It'll be interesting to learn like what's broken in this game or not. Like how do you break this game? How do you exploit the game mechanics to make the game easier? Well, we've been leveling up a lot here. Shit. So I'm kind of just letting them two do their thing. While Tyler and Will recover. But this is definitely the best I've ever been in terms of understanding the game mechanics and like doing things like this in particular, where I have two party members doing the fighting, the other two defending, so they can conserve and restore their energy, basically. You know, like utilizing strategies, and coming up with strategies I've never done before. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like there was another path I could take. I know I saw 2 other items that I want to find. That's why I'm going back. But was there really another way to get there from where I was at? That's what I'm checking real quick. But of course, I gotta make sure. Gotta make sure I remember how to get back to where I was. But this is the issue. Like, now we're gonna see it up close and personal. One of my main problems with the game, and is that if you want to explore, well, you're gonna have to fight. You know, you gotta fight and fight constantly. Because at this point, you'll be like, okay, let me just avoid the enemies so I can check over here. You can't. It ain't no avoid the enemies. Ain't you see what I'm saying? Ain't no avoid the enemies. You can avoid some, but not enough. But we about to do a wipe. We about to do a clean sweep. You gotta throw one of them out there every now and then. But you know, if this was a normal RPG, you would just do that every time. You would do that. There would probably be some easy way to recover your MP or magic points. You see what I'm saying, man? It's undeniable. And you know, most of the time I would just avoid doing this. I just wouldn't go back. I just wouldn't go back. But I dread to think of the useful items that I've missed out on. I dread, because I've noticed that I found some great items in these dungeons when I did find items, but I wasn't even particularly looking for them. It was just more like just happened to find it, you know? And so I'm like, okay, every now and then I'll go ahead and just be like, fuck it. But it's gonna slow us down significantly. Like, this is gonna take like 15 minutes just to go see if I can find that goddamn. It's ridiculous. Just to see if I can find those goddamn items, bro. It is really ridiculous. And like I said, man, this is one aspect of the game that I'm just not a fan of. Another frog, and you don't have the space to avoid him. You basically walking through a hallway. I mean, fuck a hallway. It's a damn tightrope. You basically walking on a tightrope. But I'm gonna use Firestorm. That's what Firestorm is for. And I guess the silver lining is that it's basically grinding. Like, you don't need to grind in this game. I found it though. Oh, Berserker Axe. That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. And it was right there though. But see, I came down here and I was like, am I gonna go south or north first? I went north instead of south and missed the item. It was that simple. And don't tell me, oh, you should have known because you saw it down. No, look at this. It's all blue. It's blue and white. It's like you can't tell where the fuck you at. But it all paid off. Whatever. Berserker Axe. I'm mad. I'm happy and I'm mad too, because I would have missed that. If I would have said fuck it, I would have missed the fucking Berserker Axe. Oh man. But as I look at it, it's strong. I think it's the strongest axe. It's a level 24 axe. It's the strongest one I have. It is the strongest axe that I have at the moment. It's a beast tool. But I'll lose my stone. I think I'll lose my stone attacks. Let me see. Maybe the stone shield will, like, if you would think the stone shield has the stone element attached to it, right? So I'm gonna equip the Berserker Axe. And we got what, 1,000 crowns? They don't show you how much money you got. Of course they don't. But I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm pissed off and I'm happy too, because I would have missed that. Unfortunately, it's not a weapon with infinite durability, so that's the bad thing about it. Though that's what you really want. You want the weapons that have infinite durability. Those are like the legendary weapons and shit. You know what though? I gotta use, somebody can use that Chris dagger. We've had that great dagger for the longest time, and nobody's been using it. Alright, so I lost my stone armor and water hammer. But not like I really use that anyway, so I ain't gonna stress about it. We got the main things that we use, the main things that we need. Yes, I'm not gonna worry about it. Not right now anyway. Okay, let's try to get there. Go. You can't. You can't avoid it, man. Hmm. You know, there is a SaGa Frontier 1. I've played it. It's a bit different. I think they're like, the difference is there are like 7 different main characters. In this game there are 2, Gustav and Will. But I think in SaGa Frontier 1 there are like 6 or 7. So I guess this game is kind of a more simplistic approach to that. Instead, you know, instead of having 6 or 7 main characters, you have 2 and just. I would imagine the storytelling is probably better in this game because of that though. Because you don't have to split everything between so many characters. But Unlimited SaGa. Oh, I dodged 2 of them. Oh, I dodged 3 enemies. That's oh my god. You guys don't know how happy that makes me. I dodged 3 enemies, bro. Unreal. In this game, unreal. We're saving that. We're saving that, baby. I did the impossible. Ice Megalith, so. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. At least the slimes are easy to avoid in this particular area. When I say I have no idea what I'm doing, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going with the flow, baby. I'm gonna just go with the flow. I'll pay attention later. Multiple slimes. Okay. It's okay to use the good moves every now and then. Oh, damn. I wasn't sure how strong they were, but this might have been overkill. I'm thinking maybe you want to have one character defend every round. At least during easier fights. That way somebody's always charging or conserving their energy and restoring their points. Okay. I'm a little worried because I'm like, is there like a special item that I'll miss if I don't do the right combination or something? I just walked through here. Oh my god. You know there's gonna be an item that that you can miss if you don't go the right way. Wait, what the fuck? Oh shit. I bet the trap is that if you avoid the enemy, then you're gonna go the wrong way. Or miss something nice. That's what they would do. I remember this guy. Yeah, let's do a Sidewinder. Yeah, that's weak. I know why Tyler is hitting so hard now, though. It's that Berserker Axe. It doesn't have a great deal of durability, though. Okay. That didn't work. This shit is confusing, bro. Okay. Damn. What can I say? You know, I was supposed to use Gustav this episode, but nah. Gustav just hasn't had enough action for me. And I feel like with Will, I just feel like I'm really into the game with him at this point. Like me and Will are just in sync. You know, and it's like you don't want to go off the rails too much. That's the thing. You don't want to go off track too much. Hold up, though. What is this? What is this? This must lead to an item or something, bro. I'm not gonna stress myself out too much about trying to find it, though. I'm gonna just be honest. This game is too annoying when it comes to trying to find every goddamn thing. What did she lose? Oh, okay. We gotta get her a water element very soon. Because we lost it coming in here. I don't remember which way I was going. I straight don't remember. But I'm glad I realized that she needed some water. So the ice shield doesn't give her? That's crazy. Tone, beast, tree, but no water. Is there a water bow? Yep, hit spider. But then she loses the flame. Damn. Does she need the flame? Let's look at her arts. Yep, for Sonic Burner. And Bushfire. But I feel like I'd rather have her have the water, though. be honest. Cause you know you want that stack, that healer. You know, you want another healer. How's that compared to? That's 14. She had the hunter bow, right? Oh damn, yeah, that's a big improvement. Or I could do this. I could take off the wind shell and give her the silence bow. And then replace that with a water charm. Let's see how that works out. Okay, was I going this way? Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, remember, we're going south. South, south, south. Damn, she lost quite a few moves with that. Tone arrow. Yeah, he needs to be on defense for a while. Oh shit! Put the tone arrow in there. He's dead as hell. Triple onslaught. South. Oh boy. Oh damn. These mid-game dungeons be feeling like in-game dungeons, man. They got me exhausted. Shit. I should never came back here. I fucked up. Well, I don't give a fuck no more. I ain't, you know, I'm not about to stress myself out. I'm not gonna stress myself out. You know. This game just put up too many barriers to finding the good loot sometimes. I'm just trying to play the damn game. What's this? What is this? My head. It feels like it's splitting. Well, we all died. Hang on, everyone. My head. Have to save the others. But I'm gonna be mad if I don't get a boss fight. I was like saving and man, I was conserving energy and shit. Will, what happened? Is everyone all right? Thank you, Will. We're all safe thanks to you. I didn't do anything. No, it was you. You protected us from that splitting headache, and then we awakened. I really didn't do anything. I remember thinking that I had to do something when everyone collapsed, but I couldn't. I ended up passing out myself. Big brother, where'd you hide it? Get that thing out. I was just about to bring it out. It wasn't like I was hiding it or anything. Here it is. I think it's a quail. It's a quail. I can sense its power. How did you get a hold of this? It was in your hand. What? How? Anyway, that room is dangerous. Let's stay out of there. Let's investigate the other areas first. It was as if I had all these thoughts at once. It was really confusing. You know what's funny? Cordelia would be standing right here. Cordelia would be standing. You can tell too. Cordelia would be standing right here. Oh. Wouldn't it be good to leave before something bad happens? Maybe you're right, but if we go back now, this entire journey would be wasted. What kind of power does that quail have? It's got some kind of healing ability. I wasn't trying to hide it or anything, really. I know. Why was I holding the quail? What can this room be? Maybe they want you to save here. Will, wake up. What happened? LaBelle, where's your brother? He went into that room by himself. I got it. This megalith materializes your thoughts. I'm the #1 digger in the world. I'm Tycoon William. Stop. It'll consume your anima. Oh, shit. He turned into a monster. It materializes your thoughts. So when everybody was in trouble, Will thought about saving everyone, and it did. Okay. Hey, I got it. Man, Tyler got a lot of HP, man. He's the first one up to 500. I remember when Will was a little weakling, too. He ready now. Okay. Now I can just let loose everything I can do. Everything I have. Okay. We don't gotta hold back anymore, guys. Use Mindscape. Patrick is a little low, but I don't anticipate this battle will last very long. Damn! That was a lot of damage. Mindscape. Okay. Now let's not get cocky. We got the LP. We might as well use it, right? Tyler will be alright for now. So let's do Water Hammer. Let's do another Firestorm and Flash Trinity. And then I'm gonna switch LaBelle to doing magic, and I'm gonna let Patrick do his strongest attack too. Combination. This is gonna hurt. 3,000 damage. We've never done more than 3,000 damage. We've never done up to 3,000 damage before. Now's our chance to retreat. I had a feeling that battle wasn't gonna be very long. He got turned into a monster. Hurry, run! Let me save first. I know you want me to run, but what kind of is this gonna be a runaway battle? I don't like these type of fights, man. Not a fan of these types of fights. But I'm dropping everything on their heads. Oh. That was a big pause. Oh, now he's fighting back for real now. Flash Trinity and aiming. 2,871. Ooh. The poison effect on that move is ridiculous. Nah, I'm not holding back. But damn, Tyler's weapon points run out so quick, man. He needs more. We gotta get him some more weapon points. They just run out too quick. He can't keep using that move. Mega hit. Damn, that's weird. Let's heal Will. And LaBelle. It's not the weapon durability that's getting me, it's the lack of weapon points. I'm gonna let Tyler defend for a turn then. And then she'll do Sidewinder. She got a stronger bow anyway, so she should be alright. That Firestorm is hitting. I don't know. So far, he's suspiciously weak for a boss, you know. Another one. What the hell? Well, we're gonna keep going. Now, Tyler, now I want you to go ahead and use Flash Trinity. Shield Sidewinder. Heal Andy. We going in. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt. Firestorm, Flash Trinity, 3,423 damage. We are hitting hard. That'll be alright. Alright, again. We'll put Tyler on defense for a while. We really need his power. Why is this thing so weak though? It's so suspicious. Why is he's a boss, isn't he? He's a boss and he hit like a bitch. Oh, wait a minute. You're supposed to... I see. I see. You're supposed to run away. Okay, this is the real battle. You can tell because the music changed. And he got two actually strong enemies with him. But I used the... Oh, God. That sucks. 'Cause I used the spirit points. I mean, like a good amount of weapon points. Oh, fuck. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. But we got to get rid of these polar drakes for sure. They are dangerous. Now he's hitting harder. Ooh. Hopefully he doesn't summon any more like polar drakes to help him out. This is a new battle theme too. Those polar drakes can be so dangerous. But we got plenty of Firestorm. I have... Oh, man. This is why Tyler needs magic, man. This is why he needs some magic. Fuck. Tyler needs magic. Lesson learned. He needs some magic. He had Water Hammer. Because right now he can't really contribute. He can't really contribute right now because... he needs his weapon points. But I'll go ahead and let him defend. I'll let him do that. Let's see, arrow rain. No, in fact, I'll do sonic poison. And we're gonna try to take out these polar drakes first. At least one is down. Ooh! Fuck. Oh, got both of them. They came right back. They came right back. I don't think there's really a workable strategy. I don't think there's a. I don't see a really workable strategy for that. If they're gonna keep coming back, then we need to focus on. We gotta focus on killing them, killing the main enemy. I mean, because they came right back, so that means that that's where most of his damage is gonna come from. Ooh, buckler. Nice, nice. That's good damage right there, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and do a mega hit. Okay, let's go. We have to do a better job of managing our weapon points and shit, though. This is gonna be crucial. Okay, we got them out of the way. They're not gonna be doing damage this round, so that's cool. I can let Tyler heal for a little bit, though. I don't know how useful that'll be, to be honest. Okay, so he got another one. Firestorm. So I think Beast. Okay, okay. That's something. I can raise their morale with Tyler, and they'll do more damage. And while he's doing that, he should be recovering weapon points. Very weak. Can I run away? I'm gonna just try to fight. I don't know what the fuck they want. I'm not gonna say like I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they want, bruh. I'm kind of pissed off at this shit, cause they not even let me know what they want in terms of what I like what I should do. God damn, dude. Like that's really fucking annoying, dude. Like, you know, these fucking scripted battles and shit. Like, come on. Cause now I don't know if I'm wasting my time or what. And then I have to start over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bullshit. Like it's fucking scripted, non-scripted fucking battles where you don't know what the fuck you gotta do. And like the music changed. So I feel like I probably have to fight. The fucking music changed. The music changed. The enemy accompanying him changed. I don't know. I'm gonna just fight. If it's futile, whatever. I fucked up. I'm just not gonna stress about it. We're just gonna fight. We're gonna do our best. You get 2 goddamn weapon points a turn. Ooh, there was a life point here too. Okay. Well, I guess Tyler can act as a healer for now. Yeah, I mean, that works. Okay, Tyler. Well, Will Knights is finally running out of steam. He had so much spirit. He had so many spirit points. I wish you see how much health. Okay, okay. So you can. I was about to snap. I'm gonna let Tyler defend. Okay, combination attack. Now's our chance to retreat. So did I have to? I don't know. It's still coming after us? Looks like it gave up. Big brother, give up, LaBelle. Once his animal was consumed, he was no longer your brother. No, that's my brother. My brother could never swim. Big brother. We did it. Oh my God. Oh. That was rough. It wasn't like a hard battle, but I think it was a battle of conserving our energy, our weapon points, and our spirit point. Like that, to me, that was the real struggle of that fight. And so I think moving forward, that's gonna be the concern for me. Is definitely figuring out the best way to conserve weapon points and spirit points, and configuring each character, equipping them so that they can alternate between using weapon points and spirit points. That's the trick. That's the trick. Like you gotta have some combination of both. Like you can't. And I think that was the issue with Tyler. And Will to a certain extent too, because his weapon points just don't refill very fast. But I think I got a theory about how fast they refill and how to change that. But I'll look into that in a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and I will return later with more SaGa Frontier 2 adventures. So, see ya.